Hello, Blocky crew. This is Moses, Michael, and Alex with Blocky Biology. So, Alex, what are we going to do today?
Well, Moses, today we're going to be describing the process of meiosis and how reduction division results in the formation of haploid gametes or spores, and we're going to be comparing and contrasting mitosis and meiosis and how it relates to the processes of sexual and asexual reproduction.
Well, let's get this started.
Before we can compare and contrast meiosis and mitosis, we first must go over in depth the stages of meiosis. The first stage, being prophase 1, is when the nuclear membrane breaks down, the centrosomes and centrioles begin to move, and spindle fibers start to assemble. The duplicated chromosomes condense, and homologous chromosomes begin to pair up, in a process called crossing over. Crossing over is the exchange of chromosome segments between homologous chromosomes. The second phase of meiosis is metaphase 1. In metaphase 1, spindle fibers align the homologous chromosomes along the cell equator. Each side of the cell equator has chromosomes from both parents. The third phase of meiosis is anaphase 1. In anaphase 1, the paired homologous chromosomes separate from each other and move toward opposite sides of the cell. Sister chromatids remain attached. This causes the cell to form in an ovular shape.
Oval!
The fourth phase of meiosis is telophase 1. In this phase, the spindle fibers disassemble and the cell undergoes cytokinesis, where it splits into two separate cells.
Go, Alex!
The fifth stage of meiosis is prophase 2. In prophase 2, the centrosomes and centrioles move to opposite sides in both cells, and spindle fibers start to assemble.
Wow!
In the sixth stage of meiosis, metaphase 2, spindle fibers align the chromosomes along the cell's equators.
Nah.
The seventh phase of meiosis is anaphase 2. The sister chromatids are pulled apart from each other and move to the opposite sides of the ovular cell.
Transition.
The final stage of meiosis, telophase 2, is when the nuclear membranes form again around the chromosomes in each cell, and the spindle fibers break apart. Then the cells begin to undergo cytokinesis once more.
So, now since we know the stages of meiosis, we can finally compare mitosis and meiosis. Pictured here on the left is mitosis, while pictured here on the right is meiosis. So let's list some things that happens in mitosis. First off, they produce genetically identical cells. They result in diploids, take place throughout an organism's entire lifespan, and are involved in asexual reproduction. Now here's Michael to explain meiosis.
Thanks, Moses. However, in meiosis, the cells produce genetically unique cells, results in haploid cells, takes place only at certain times in an organism's cell life cycle, involved in sexual reproduction, and, as pictured here, goes through 2 cell divisions instead of 1.
Cool!
So now that we compared mitosis and meiosis, I can tell you how reduction division results in the formation of haploid gametes or spores. Well, but in the first division, it makes 2 diploid cells. What are diploid cells? Well, diploid cells have 2 copies of each chromosome, 1 copy from the mother and 1 copy from the father. When they split, they become haploid cells. That means it splits off and only has 1 copy of each chromosome. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you're new. We'd love to have you here.
We put a lot of effort into this, and it was really hard, and we built it, and it was really fun. Thank you for watching.
Now go learn something new, Blocky crew.